Hello, it's been a while, guys. So, I want to make a video going over the current 3.29.1 post patch, post Abyss update patch. And yesterday, I actually dropped a Mage Blood from Abyss. And I've noticed that a lot of people misunderstand how Abyss currently works. So, if um, I don't know if you've seen clips on. I believe the guy's name is Exiled again. He posts the stream highlight clips of different streamers. You'll see streamers consistently drop like no loot from Abyss whatsoever. Like there's clips of like Fubgun complaining about how Abyss is dropping no loot. Everyone's like despairing. It's like, oh no, Abyss actually drops no loot. I kind of want to clear the misunderstanding that Abyss doesn't drop loot. It does drop a shit ton of loot. Like, I mean, a lot of loot. It's just you need to understand how Abyss works now. So, for people who has played PoE 2, you'll know that GGG has implemented the Abyss from PoE 2 into PoE 1. So previously in like 3.28 and before Abyss, you would have to run over like like a pit. You gotta follow it like a certain path, and then you gotta kill stuff. You gotta wait for the spire to pop up, kill the spire, and then it continues the next path. How Abyss is now is that the entire Abyss is just laid out on the map, and you just kill everything on it, and then you loot. So in PoE 2, there are a couple of strategies revolving Abyss to juice other mechanics that are stacked on top of it. One such method is like Rogue Exiles on Abyss. Unfortunately, we don't get that interaction in PoE 1, but in PoE 2, how it works is if you have a Rogue Exile on top of an Abyss, after you kill it once, it will actually respawn as a Lichborn Exile. Taking into account that GG likes to like copy paste code from the two games onto one each other. Like when Breach first got implemented, basically it got implemented the same way between both games. So for Abyss, it also got copy pasted. So one easy way to test that it actually copied it from PoE2 is if you run any modifier that adds a specific modifier to a monster that you can check if it duplicates, basically. The easiest way is on 16.5 and Nightmare maps, there's a modifier that has rare monsters are shape with touch. If you kill a rare Abyss monster with that modifier, it will actually dupe that modifier. It will say shape with touch twice on the monster. So when I first saw that, it kind of got my brain thinking. It's like, how do I abuse this, or not really abuse, but like how do I juice it? So one way that I've been doing is running two Nemesis scarabs. So normally Nemesis would add two modifiers for each Nemesis scarab that you apply. So this would inherently add four modifiers to rares in your map. However, if you run Abyss and it revives the Abyss rare during your PoE 1 map, it actually duplicates the effect. So instead of +2 modifiers, this is +4 modifiers. And then there is a cap, however, because I think when Arch Nemesis mods overlap each other, like if it selects the same Arch Nemesis mod twice, it doesn't show it twice. But for some weird reason, Shape of Touch will show up twice. So you'll see like rares with like 6 to 8 rare mods instead of just 4 mods, for example. Another example is Scarab of the Wisp. If a Abyss rare gets infected or empowered, whatever, by the 2000 Wildwood Wisp, it actually gets duplicated. So it becomes 4K Wisp. I've tested this extensively. It does share the same properties it does in PoE 2, which is it's not really a bug. I'm pretty sure it's intended by GG to implement it that way because they left it in PoE 2 forever. Like since I don't remember what the league is. Is it 0.3, 0.4? Wait, what was No, 0.4 was Temple, so it's 0.3 in PoE 2. They left it in the game for two early access patches. So I'm pretty sure it is intended that it works this way. So basically, my Abyss strat has been running two Nemesis Scarabs. I do believe that some Abyss will probably cap at like 6 to 8 mods. If it overflows, you'll see you'll see a list of rare modifiers, and then it'll say like +1 modifier, +2 modifiers, like 8. They kind of make it so that you can't overload your monster modifier, that it takes the entire screen like it used to in like Kalandra League, for example, right? Sometimes you'll get rares with like 20 billion modifiers because you're juicing it too much. Yeah, so I'm also running Abyss Scarab of Multitudes, which makes it so that there's more monsters per Abyss monster killed. And then the last one is Abyss Pits or Abyss Scarab of Crystals. So there's a lot of clips of people running the Scarab, and then they kill rares that spawn on top of the crystal and they don't drop anything. That is because Abyss rares inherently do not have loot. So I know that sounds contradictory to what I just stated, but think of it like this: in previous leagues, like ever since Necropolis League first came out, we got a new type of enemy called meat sacks. Or after Necropolis, it got turned into an Allflame Ember of the Flesh. This spawns a single rare monster called a meat sack, and basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to kill everything else in the map, and then you're trying to stack everything into these meat sacks, and then become the loot pinata, and then you kill them. But if you ever ran a map with the meat sack and you just kill the meat sack first, without doing any of the juicing mechanics to juice the meat sack actually drops like no loot. It has like a negative loot multiplier. So when you see clips of streamers like dropping nothing from the rares from Abyss, it's because the Abyss rares is treated the same way as meat sacks. So you're supposed to basically juice the rares as much as possible with outside sources. So stuff like map quant, map rarity, more currency, whatever. More currency works with the Wilder Wisp Scarab. You can run more Scarabs if you want to farm Scarabs using the amplified artifacts. I believe, I think it's Red Veils or Aeroplane. I don't remember which one tested this in Nightmare maps, but they were testing using Abyss rares and amplified artifacts to juice up the number of Scarabs dropped from them, and that was their Scarab farming strat. But then that strat kind of died off because GG implemented the deep sea charting Scarab boosters, basically. Like you drop a lot of Scarabs diving under the sea now, so basically Scarab farms are kind of out of the picture right now. It's just better to go deep sea diving and farm your Scarabs there. One thing I want to point out, specifically Abyss, is inspired by Darkness. So you do not want to take this node when you farm Abyss, because what this does is it basically makes it so when you finish a pit, you will spawn a chest. That chest actually makes it so Abyss Crystal doesn't proc. Because Abyss Crystals, what this thing cares about is you don't get a reward test. Then it will spawn a crystal. And if you look at the tooltip for Abyss Crystal, it is it increases the difficulty and reward of all subsequent Abyss monsters spawned from pits. So it works the same way as Resonant Cascade of the Breach. And basically, if you've farmed that Breach farm in the past, it's a popular fob gun strategy, I know. It got nerfed, I believe, because something happened in Breach this patch. I don't remember what it was. I don't play that much Breach. But I do know that Unstable Breaches got nerfed, so Resonant Cascade is not as good as it used to be. But basically, it works the same way as previous leagues before the nerf. So yeah, let me just run a map and kind of show you what I mean. So, oh shoot, I forgot to apply because you're supposed to apply lightless astrolapes, but interesting. I guess I never opened the vault. I will do that later, I guess then. But ideally, if you're in SSF, you don't have access to this, but or you don't have a steady supply of astrolabes. So I guess this is a good example of what a map should feel like if you are not running like in softcore economy, basically. Yeah. So basically, you're just killing the boss so that boss altars don't spawn anymore, and then you wanna clear the rest of the map so you get the altars to spawn. And ideally, you want to click everything that says player modifiers. You don't care too much about the Eldritch mods, unless you get like Eldritch monsters drop like unique jewelry, for example, right? But most of the time, you want that that currency dupe, whatever, right? So Abyss is spawned down here, so I don't want to start it yet. I want to clear as much as the map as possible without touching the Abyss, because I want all the altar player modifiers to be active when I do the Abyss. But the problem is, like, Abyss, bro, what is that? Okay, that's okay. I don't know what that is. I think it's the Arch Nemesis mod that converts everything to vended sold items, and then it was supposed to drop a bunch of 6 links, but instead of dropping 6 links, it just got converted to fusings. That's actually kind of funny to get on video. But yeah, basically you want to go around, clear the Abyss. Sea Pillars is bad, if I'm right. Sea Pillars is I don't remember what Sea Pillars is. I think it's the infamous Merc, I think, that's on the sea. I don't know how relevant that mercenary is. But yeah, let me kill all these Abyss rares. Yeah, see, they're pretty tanky, so you do need a pretty decent build for this. Ambush, Scarab of Containment, sure, whatever. I don't think they're that expensive this league because no one's farming boxes anymore because of the deep sea meta, or not meta, but like, you know, going underwater to go find a treasure chest, basically. So I don't think it's that relevant nowadays. Yeah, so you see, like, some of these rares have a lot of mods, but then, like, if they overlap, they don't go past like even though I'm running 2 Abyss Scarab or 2 Nemesis Scarabs, they don't stack to like more than 8 mods. Like, they can, but like, yeah. But yeah, you can see, like, these rares actually do drop a lot of loot. Like, if I press all, right, there's a shit ton of like uniques and stuff popping out of these Abyss monsters. It's just like, people aren't juicing the Abyss rares correctly, which is kind of weird, because I know that all of the streamers that do the that have tried Abyss farming this league, they all play PoE too. So I feel like they should have probably noticed this is how you're supposed to juice Breach nowadays. But it I don't know, it just hasn't clicked to them that what the GG devs want is PoE 1 to become PoE 2, basically. Like, we've had like the alteration or alt key button change to PoE 2. Like, they're trying to implement so much of PoE 1 to become PoE 2. It's kind of bad, but like, it is what it is. There's no escaping it. But yeah, this basically sums out the video about how you're supposed to farm Abyss nowadays. Like, if I hold all, right, you see a lot of item shopping. You see a lot of uniques. Also, to know, I am also running 220% IIR on this character. I do suggest that you do get like 100% item rarity before you do a farm like this, because it is basically like farming T0s and stuff, right? I farmed like 20 plus T0s already this league just from Abyss. I'm planning to farm this another, I don't know, couple hundred maps. And yeah, I just wanted to clear the misunderstanding about current Abyss and what people are seeing now. But yeah, catch you guys in the next video, and peace.